Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The heat advisory in Connecticut has ended for now. After several days of brutal heat and humidity, the conditions won't be nearly as severe, but it's still summer here in Connecticut. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. The weather is looking better for the upcoming weekend with, you put it nicely there, classic Connecticut summer conditions. Meteorologist Sam Sampuri is here with the first check of the forecast. So what does that mean for us, Sam?
It means that we are going to enjoy a beautiful Friday and Saturday. The temperatures are going to be in the 80s and the dew points are dropping. We can open up the windows tomorrow night. Not tonight. We're still dealing with very muggy conditions. It's still 89 in New Haven, but look at Torrington. It's now down to 79. A cold front is beginning to slowly inch its way in our direction. So certainly we are looking forward to that in the next few hours. Now the dew points are in the 70s, but notice Stanberry now starting to drop off in the upper 60s. It's still very muggy out there. It's going to be a few more hours. And by tomorrow morning, we're going to feel a whole lot better. Now, the wind is starting to pick up out of the west-northwest, and that's also a sign of good things to come. And here's this cold front. Actually, it's really moving along pretty good. It's right along northwest Connecticut now. As far as any shower activity, if we're going to get anything, it's going to be a spot shower. Look what's going on just to the west of Worcester right there. Just a little pop-up shower, nothing severe. We could have a couple of sprinkles as the actual front moves on by. It's been all up in northern Maine. They've had to deal with severe weather, even tornado warning was issued. And now we got little lake effects, rain showers as that cooler air works in across New York. Tonight, partly cloudy into the 60s to near 70. And for tomorrow, it is going to be much better, a mix of sun and clouds, mostly sunny with high temperatures averaging in the low 80s. Coming up, yes, I'll detail your weekend forecast. Yes, it's not going to be perfect. We do have to deal with something on Sunday. I'll talk about that, and we'll look ahead into next week. Brent and Sarah?
All right, Sam, thank you. New tonight, it's been tough times for people living in Planeville near the site of the Tilcon facility. Blasts coming from the property have been creating a disturbance for neighbors.
And now there are plans for the company to move its processing plant to a different location. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi spoke with upset neighbors at a meeting tonight.
When members of the community gathered Thursday to send a clear message to Tilcon about this relocation plan. Many neighbors I spoke with in Planeville tell me they're not only concerned about the natural habitat in their community, but they're also concerned about their health. People in Planeville are saying enough is enough. Thursday evening, an educational discussion was held at the high school regarding a proposal by Tilcon to relocate its entire plant to the north side of its property. Wendy Irvin has lived in Planeville her whole life. She's asking city officials to listen and support the community and reject this plan.
The people of Planeville want to preserve our mountain, preserve what little land we have left, give us something so that we can say, here is the town of Planeville, and this is what we have to offer.
Tilcon has been in town for more than a century. The company says it has provided thousands of jobs and local opportunities, something it says it hopes to do by expanding its operations. Justin Levy just moved back to Planeville with his family. He says the massive blast and the silica dust created by the construction site in Planeville has created more health concerns than anything else.
It's kind of a concern, you know, the air quality, the noise. Heard of people's foundations cracking with blasting, overall property value, and just, you know, it's a nice neighborhood. I don't want to see it get destroyed.
Back in May, the Planeville Fire Marshal got several calls from neighbors concerned about what registered as a 2.0 earthquake. Janina Baraki says that wasn't an earthquake. She believes it came from a blast from the Tilcon property.
The house was shaking. We don't want no blasting. They have places, they have wooden area, they could work, and it wouldn't disturb so many people and lives.
We want Planeville to be a wonderful little town where people want to go, want to bring their children, want to raise their children, and just have a little happy life.
Now, Irvin says the community will continue to fight against Tilcon's plans to expand its construction site until their voices are heard. In Planeville, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
New Haven police have arrested a man they say was driving recklessly and caused a deadly crash last year. And now, almost a year to the date, investigators and the victim's family members held a press conference. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson was there, and she has more on what was revealed today.
It was in this intersection right behind me just a year ago that Nader Hanaia's life was taken by a speeding driver. New Haven police say they think they now have that driver.
Okay, good morning. We're here to talk about an arrest.
Almost exactly a year after a deadly hit and run in downtown New Haven.
At College Street and South Frontage Avenue, there was a motor vehicle collision involving two vehicles.
College Street and South Frontage Road in downtown New Haven now marked forever.
It's a dangerous corridor.
By one reckless driver who New Haven police now believe is 41-year-old Sean Hopkins of Branford.
Hopkinson's been charged with manslaughter in the first degree, evading responsibility resulting in death, reckless endangerment in the first degree, reckless driving, amongst other motor vehicle charges.
Using surveillance and witness statements, police say Hopkins was driving with no license, going 62 and a 25 on South Frontage Road around 5 a.m. that July night. When he drove through a red light, hitting and killing Nader Hanaia.
Losing Nick has left hole that can never be filled.
Nader, also known as Nick, was a father and friend just trying to get home after work.
Nick was the kind of a man who would give you the shirt off of his back without hesitation. Not because he had extra, but because he couldn't bear to see anyone go without.
The city now pushing for a plan to protect drivers.
We are putting $2.5 million of state funds into improving this corridor.
The project aiming for completion sometime later this year.
We use the word justice a lot, but justice would be bringing your family member back, and we can't do that.
And there's no simple solution for what has already been lost.
In a way, we are still struggling to understand. Thank you, everyone.
And we will be bringing you updates on this ongoing investigation and any legal battles that follow. Reporting in New Haven, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
A Meriden woman is under arrest charged with manslaughter in a deadly crash that killed her infant son several years ago. State police say 32-year-old Francesca Stewart turned herself in earlier this week. Back in December of 2023, state police say she was driving on I-91 in Enfield when her vehicle went off the highway and hit a guardrail. Her 11-month-old baby boy died at the hospital. Stewart appeared in court Wednesday and was ordered held on bond. And have you seen this woman? The family of Amber Gochi is begging for her safe return tonight. Gochi has been missing since last week, and investigators are trying to figure out where she might be. Fox 61's Tim Latow talked to Gochi's family up in Winstead about the ongoing search for their loved one.
Now missing for nearly 2 weeks, a 41-year-old Groton woman's family is desperate for answers.
If Amber sees this somehow, I love you. And you are worth it. You just let us know you're okay. Let us know you're okay.
Tears fill Sharon Besetta's eyes as she worries where her daughter, Amber Gochi, is. Groton police say Amber was last seen at her Groton apartment on July 8th, and there's now an active missing persons alert. Police are reviewing surveillance video footage and interviewing those that Amber knows.
She seemed very distraught, and that worries me because she has mental health issues and previous addiction issues.
In Winstead, Sharon and her daughter, Bethany Strahan, and other family members have called every hospital, mental health, and drug recovery clinic in the state with no luck. Now, their search is expanding to surrounding states.
We need support from the community across the state to help us to find her, to help us to get this message to her. We're just looking for support in terms of, shares and prayers to bring her home.
Her family is asking for compassion and holding out hope that she will be found safe and sound.
She is a good person. She has a family that loves her.
Anyone with information is asked to contact the Groton Police Department. In Winstead, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
A Bridgeport police officer has been fired from the department. An internal affairs investigation accuses him of violating several conduct policies and procedures. Danny Soto was arrested last year on domestic violence charges, including stalking, unlawful restraint, and harassment. The Bridgeport Police Department says Soto was fired Tuesday. Well, new tonight, some of the men and women looking to become members of the Connecticut National Guard are undergoing some intense training this week.
Phase 1 of Officer Candidate School, also called OCS, is underway in East Lyme, and Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot got an up-close look at what the experience is really like for these candidates.
Candidates with the Connecticut National Guard OCS program say this journey has been hard, especially with the intense training Thursday under the brutal heat in East Lyme. But those candidates say this will make them stronger, and knowing they'll get to serve their country makes it all worth it.
It showed me firsthand why America probably has the greatest army in the world.
Edward Ha is one of more than 80 United States Army officer candidates enrolled in Phase 1 of Officer Candidate School with the Connecticut National Guard. He says prior to this, he had no military background whatsoever.
It's been by far the most challenging experience in my life, as well as possibly the most rewarding one.
On Thursday, the candidates at Stone Ranch Military Reservation in East Lyme worked on land navigation.
They've just completed some classroom training on how to read maps and do some spatial analysis and terrain association. So now they're out here getting their practicals. There will be a day land nav examination and a night land nav examination where they have to find different points in a certain period of time and then make it back here.
Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Turner says the 2-week program is tough and not everyone makes it through. She says the Ruck March sends candidates on a 6-mile walk carrying 35 pounds on their back. Between that and their land navigation program, they can usually tell who will withstand the training and who will bow out.
It's a gut check, you know, like if I can't do a 6-mile road march, what else am I not going to be able to do? And it kind of people kind of get inside their heads. We do our best to make sure that they are mentally prepared, but we can't help them with the physical preparedness.
Daniel Pio, an officer candidate, says the weather plays a huge part during training, especially on the heels of a heat advisory.
You just got to make sure to hydrate, drink lots and lots of water. Overall, the weather just adds to the experience of spending time out doing land navigation.
But he and Zach Hilmer agree the training is no joke.
Very physically demanding, and it's becoming more mentally demanding in terms of cognition and things to remember as time goes on, for sure.
And you see that everyone from another state is here with you, so it definitely does help build a sense of camaraderie, not within one another, but as well as a region.
With this extremely hot weather, officers and candidates have been keeping hydrated so they don't put themselves at further risk during this intense training. In East Lyme, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.